welcome to the Pin Man. Today we are going to be taking a look at this pretty popular introductory fun little fountain pen, the Pilot Kakuno. The Pilot Kakuno comes in a variety of colors, both solid colors, some pastels, as well as now some more transparent colors. So you have your clear body, but also I think sometimes they call them jelly colors because they're a little more translucent, transparent, whatnot. But so you have a variety, and I'll show you some pictures of that in a moment. The Kakuno retails for around $13.50. Jet pens, I found them for $12.50. Gold Spot pens has a couple for, I think they had 3 of them for $10.80, and they were the ones that had the black body with a solid cover top. And then the other ones were $13.50, I believe. So kind of shop around, and also consider shipping. Some may sell it for $1 less, but their shipping is more, and so forth. But all these are good retailers, so you can't go wrong. There's not much of a difference in the pricing there. So I really like the little smiley face on the nib there. That's one of the selling points. This pen can interchange nibs with some, I think, like the Pilot Plumix will give you a couple other more interesting options as far as nib tips that you can swap out with these. But anyway, so without further ado, we will get into the review. Again, show you some colors, a tour of the pen, writing sample, etc. And with that, we will see you on the other side. And here is a tour of the Pilot Kakuno. I like this pen. It's kind of a neat pen. My only problem is it comes in too fine of nibs. This is a medium nib, but of course it's a Japanese medium, so it's going to write like a Western fine, or at least a fine medium. You have a faceted grip there. It's not a deep facet, but it is faceted, so it's nice, plenty long enough. This came with a cartridge, but not a converter, and it will be proprietary cartridges and converters would go in this. You can't eyedropper it because you have those little vent holes there. I don't know why they have the vent holes, because you do have the vent in the feed. So yeah, I don't understand. But you could put some like clear silicone caulking in there. That would plug it up, and I think you could, because these threads are the threads are plenty fine, so if you just put some silicone on there, I think you'd be pushing it to try to get a gasket on there. But the threads, you silicone those, you plug those holes up there. You could eyedropper this, and it would actually be a nice looking eyedropper pen, I think. So write it in the comments if you've ever done that. But yeah, you have plenty of slosh around room, and boy, can you imagine how much ink that would hold? Whew. Okay, and this is a snap cap. It's firm but not too firm. It's got the sealed cap there, so it's nice. I like this as a demonstrator. It's got some air holes up there too, which it doesn't matter because I don't know if they're trying to do that to keep condensation from building up. I mean, maybe that's the point. Maybe you tend to get some of that in there if it, you know, weather changes and so forth. That could make sense. But anyway, for whatever reason, the engineers did that. That's the way it is. The cap is faceted up through here and right here. Okay, so the barrel is faceted. This is a faceted pin all over. I thought the nib was kind of cool. The little smiley face there, sticking his tongue out at you. So, and of course on the Kakuno, you got the smiley face there above the U. Look, here is a review of the Pilot Kakuno. It's a snap cap. Okay. So we have the Pilot Kakuno. Little smiley dots up there. And this is a medium nib, Japanese medium, so writes more like a Western fine, but does a good job. The ink is Noodlers. Sorry about that. That came out, nib had been out for a minute. I had to check on something real quick. Noodler's X Feather, of course black. They do have, they just come out with a blue in an X Feather, and so I think I might end up trying that out sometime. And this is Rhodia paper, pretty decent flow. Smoothness of the nib. There's some feedback there, but it's not too bad. In my general writing, I have not experienced hard starts or skips to be concerned with. Like I said, you know, after having it out a minute when I was checking on something, had a little hard start. Yeah, not too bad. You can kind of see there where it started getting a little bit weaker. The reverse writing is an extra fine, and it starts bleeding out or weakening as you go along. So not real great on reverse writing. This did come with a proprietary ink cartridge. I took out whatever the color was in there and replaced it because I didn't like the way the other color looked. So you have that. All right. One of the nib options for the Kakuno, typically extra fine, fine, and medium. Again, I got the medium, writes like a fine. But what's neat about these nibs is you can swap them with some other inexpensive Pilot nibs like the Metro and like the Plumix, for instance. The Plumix will, I think it has a 1.0 stub nib to it, so you can swap those with these as well. So, you know, it gives you that option if you want to buy some of those others. And so anyway, what do I think about? Get this again. I had this out. What do I think about the Kakuno? Because you know it comes in a variety of colors. I like it, but this is going to be one of those pins that I will not be pulling out of inventory. I'll hang on to it just because it's, you know, kind of collector sorta type thing. Not really a collector's pin, but you know, it's in there. So I'll keep it just to show people whatnot. Maybe try to a pin like this I might gift to somebody because it is a nice rider. It's very comfortable in the hand, so forth. The facets are not extreme, but yeah. So I'm gonna give it one of those. Not a meh, but a yeah, it's okay. Thanks for watching. Hey, thanks for tuning in to The Pin Man, and I hope you have enjoyed this tour of and review of the Pilot Kakuno. Write in your comments below what you think about this pin. If you happen to own one, would you recommend it? Would you not recommend it? What would you like to see Pilot do different with the Kakuno? Personally, for me, I really wish Pilot on some of their entry-level pins would offer, especially for the Western communities of the world, that they would offer some broader, like a broad nib that get us closer to a European medium. That's the only drawback that I find with a lot of these entry-level pins is you're pretty much having to settle for the finer end of the spectrum, nib tip spectrum, and maybe that's good for you. I just wish that there would be a few more options, especially when you're trying to introduce Westerners to the wonderful world of fountain pens. Anyway, write in the comments below what you think. All right, again, thanks for tuning in. You all have a great day.